Hey Primers, it's New Prime, aka Couple King. Welcome to my latest Rate the Skin, and this Rate the Skin focuses on Future Fight. There are many different types of characters, but I do focus on Infinity War's Blackguard. So if you enjoy this, please like, comment and subscribe. There are many more Rate the Skins and many more videos. So with that being said, on to the video. I gotta say, I love Iron Man 3099. I love the design, it's so different. Yeah, it's got your typical Iron Man chest and head, but the colours, the black, the grey, the light blue, the dark blue work so well and so different. Such a darker look, even though the light blue really stands out. I love the idea of the hood and the cape, it just looks so cool. That cowl gives it a more darker edge. It's like a cross between a Jedi, I was going to say Spectre, and Iron Man. Even his weapons are different. Instead of blasters, he has swords, which looks so cool. I really do like this design. I love the pattern on the back. I love that almost energy-like texture of the light blue and dark blue. I love how it works together. I love the shape of it. I love the shape of the cape. I love the use of the colour. The blues, the blacks work so well together. For me, this is what a skin should be. It looks so different, but you can still tell that it's Iron Man. I like that. I like that a lot. For that reason, you know what I'm going to give him? Of course I'm giving him a 10 out of 10. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. So this is the comic version of Thanos' Blackguard, Black Dwarf. He looks so different. There's no black to him. But I do love the design. Very sort of space orc. I love that. I love the size of that mace. It's crazy. And the axe is very ornate. I love the shoulder pads. Almost like iron plates, not too bulky and looks great. The leggings are quite futuristic. They're almost like shorts but made of metal. I like the gauntlet. I like the scales on his body. It's a good design. It's a little bit simple, but I like it. I like the detail. So what am I going to give this one? Let's think. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. So agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. I've always loved the design for Mystique, so this is perfect. I love the texture of the skin, I love the texture of the clothing, and it works so well together, and it stands out with that bright red hair. I love the light blue skin, it looks different, and it works so well. The white and the blue and the red just work, and it always has. This is a classic Mystique, and it's just done so well that it's modelled perfectly and it's a perfect design. I love this. The makeup is perfect, it works so well. I love the red lips, and it works well with the orange eyes and just the subtle black makeup. Often the tiny little skulls that she has on her rarely stand out, the one on the forehead being the most obvious, or not obvious, you know what I mean. But I kind of like them. They give her that little edge to her, because the white could be a colour of a goodie, but the skulls change that opinion, and the red on the hair also does that. So what am I rating this classic Mystique? I've got to give her a 10 out of 10. It's a classic design that I've always liked, so it's deserving of a 10 out of 10. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. So Avengers Infinity War version of Black Dwarf is so different, they even changed his name. Instead of being Black Dwarf, he's now Cole. I can't say the name, but it means black anyway. I love this design, it's so different though. I'm not sure if I prefer the original in its cartooniness, But this one, I love the texture of the skin, the colours. He looks very reptilian and more black in his design, which funny enough he hasn't got in his name anymore. I love his weapons, everything from the claws to those hook-like things. I love the glowing energy that's around him, the blue. The blue really stands out. It stands out with the black and the browns. And I love that hint of red on the belt and a little bit on the costumes. I love the way they've done that. It just helps highlight things and helps it stand out. I really do love the texture of the skin. It looks far more reptilian, more snake-like in its pattern and in its scales and in its colour. I love that, and it works well with the black leather and the highlights of the red. I love this design a lot, and even his tusks just help to stand out. And then the blue on the weapons helps it stand out even more. Overall, I prefer everything to this than the Black Dwarf design, except for one thing: his head, his face. It doesn't look right in my opinion. He looks too human. Maybe that was to show off the actor in Avengers. But I just don't like it. It looks too busy, too small. It just doesn't work in my opinion. But the big question, what am I going to rate him? Of course I'm giving him a 10 out of 10. It's an amazing design. I love the textures, I love the colours. It works really well. So if you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. Since I teased the Sentinel in the last video of Future Fight, I thought I might as well do it this time. But yeah, I actually do really like this one. I prefer him to the Nimrod skin. I like this a lot. It looks huge, it looks metallic, it looks menacing. I love that skull-like face. I love the chest, very Iron Man in its design. I love the fact you can see all the hydraulics and all the the texture looks different. You got the I love the use of the purples and the blues. It looks great. I've always loved this design of the Sentinel, and I reckon they've done a good job. Though it has more blue than the Sentinel I'm used to seeing. I do like its design. I like the way it's moulded, the way it's shaped. I love its stature. It looks very cool. Even though this design is far from human, the fact that the face is a different colour gives it the impression that it's a man in a suit. I know it's not. I know it's just a robot, but the idea is there. The fact that the face is a different colour to the rest of the body. The rest of the body being in a suit. That's probably just a silly idea, but that's what I get from the impression of the face being a different colour. And the fact that the robot has a face and a humanoid form, it kind of all works in one idea. I like this design of the Sentinel. I'm going to give him 10 out of 10. If you agree, let me know in the comments. The comic version about Ebony Maw always reminded me of basically a grey, a regal grey. Almost like an advisor to a king, which he kind of is. And it works in his posture and his design. It just looks very regal and royal. And I like that. I like the design. It looks almost sort of like Japanese in its design. In its uniform. I like the use of the yellow and the white. It works really well with the black. And I like the bright blue eyes. It works really well. But to me this character isn't much. So he's only going to get an 8 out of 10. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. I've always loved the look of Corvus Glaive. He looks so cool. He looks like a dark, goblin, gremlin-like creature. And I love that. I love the long face. I love the nose. I love the eyes. And I love the use of the gold, the black. I love the huge lightning bolts on his face. But the gold and black just really stands out and adds to that dark, assassin-like quality to him. I love the spear, though it seems like a scythe. I love that. I love the spikes from it. He looks fast, he looks deadly, he looks sharp. I like that. I love the plating, I love the spikiness. I love that cape. That cape just looks so cool on him. I think this is a great design. I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments. Avengers Infinity War Ebony Maw is far more sinister in its depiction. I love it. I love the texture of the hair. I love that more darker, sinister face. I love the more sinister, dark overalls, like the leather and the use of the grey. The grey is really different to the more cartoony look. It takes place of the yellow and the white, but the black and the grey looks really good, and that hint of yellow just on the front really just stand out and really looks cool. I prefer this design to the more cartoony one, so I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. I do love the film version of Corvus the Glaive. It's very true to the concept and idea, but a bit more human in its depiction. Less goblin and more human, but it works. I like the use of the black and gold again, but this time the gold's far more subtle, and there's a lot of it. The detail is incredible. There's so many lines, so much gold, but it still looks black in its main look. That's fascinating to me. All that gold and you still see the black rather than the gold. The gold is just hinted at, even though there's so much of it. So much detail. I love it a lot. And the humanoid face, I'm not a huge fan of that, but I still like it. I like how they turned a simple cape into a hat and coat. It works better. And I just love the overall design. The weapon looks better. It looks more bony, even though it's, again, gold and black. I love it. It looks so cool. Out of all the Blackguard, Corvus looks like the one that's a guard. Looks like he would stand beside you. But he also looks like an assassin that hides in the shadows. And I love that. I love that look. I love that idea. It works so well. But most of all, I love the detail. So what am I going to give him? Of course I'm giving him a 10 out of 10. He looks so cool and there's so much detail. The film did a great job. So I hope you enjoyed this look at Marvel's Future Fight. There were many different characters and I enjoyed doing this. I really did like the look of the Blackguard from Infinity War. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye for now.
Hey, appreciate you. Y'all have been a wonderful audience.